Midnight Muses here again, just doing as quick as a video as I can today because I actually have a lot of things to do. I'm shooting much earlier than usual. It's about noon. I have an appointment to go to at around 1, so I'm just going to do a little get ready with me because I did want to keep to my schedule of making a video at least once a week. I did make a second video. I honestly don't know if anyone even saw it last week on Friday. It was just talking about other things that I do to help with my mental health, but like an idiot I realized that I didn't even advertise it anywhere, so I will probably do a link for that as well as this one when I am done editing and post it later. But if you are interested in little things that I do to kind of keep my mental health a little bit more stable and a little bit more on track, there is a video, so if you just go to my channel you'll see it's the latest video that I have up. Though I will warn you, it is extremely rambly. It is not as long as my usual ones, which doesn't mean it's very short, but it's very, very rambly. I need to like make lists or something. I think I was saying if you guys had any questions to leave me a comment or something so I can be a little bit more specific and not quite so all over the place, because sometimes it's hard for me to kind of settle my own thoughts down enough to the point where even I make sense. Yeah, so I'm just using my Starlight primer to start today. I've somehow lost my new foundation that I got last week. It's not lost, it's in here, but it's one of those things where my boyfriend's saying he didn't move it, but I don't know if I 100% trust that, because I know exactly where it was before he got here, and it disappeared while he was visiting, and he has a tendency to move things around in my room that he deems aren't in good enough spaces. Anyways, but today I am going to be using the Kat Von D foundation with 2 pumps of my old Vichy serum. They have a new one now. I honestly hate the new serum. I'm actually just mixing this around on my beauty blender because I said I am in a little bit of a rush today, and I don't feel like bringing out my little palette. I have a little palette guy like Tati does, except mine's stainless steel that I got while I was working as a freelance artist, and I just don't feel like going out and using it. It's all just going on my face anyway, so I'll just dot that everywhere. I found that, like, as much as I like the Kat Von D foundation, because I do like it, it's great, it's so full coverage, but that's exactly it. It is really full coverage. And when I was getting this, I got this last year actually. I got it in the summer because I got it for my birthday as like my little birthday present to myself. I also had Sephora money. Wow, it's like getting really light there. I told them that I wanted to get my winter color, because in the summer I wear either no foundation or very sheer foundation, but in the winter that's when I want more coverage because it gets cold and my face just looks red all day. And then I needed to get a cool tone that would match the underside of my wrist, except that at the time the underside of my wrist was warm tone, because in the summer I have warm tone skin, in the winter I have cool tone skin. It's a little bit weird, but it's a thing. It's because I think my background is so mixed. It's just my skin color doesn't know what color it wants to be, and depending on how much sun it gets, it changes. But I told her I need cool toned, and she was like, yeah, sure, no problem. So I got this foundation, and like, it does match in terms of like the colors, right? As pale as it is, because I am, as we all know, that pale. But when I checked the bottom, I was like, because it always looks a little bit off every time I wear it, and everyone's like, you look a little bit more ghostier than usual. I'm like, well, that's strange though, because it does match my skin. Well, yes, it's because it's warm tones, so the undertone is wrong. So no matter how much the color is right, once that's wrong, it's something about it's always going to look a little bit off. That's just how it works. So that was annoying, because there's not really anything I can do about it now. I mean, a year later to be like, hey, I just realized this is the wrong foundation shade for me. They're not really going to do anything. I mean, they might. I've heard good things about Sephora, but I'm not going to complain. as long as I wear like the right concealer and the right powder and bronzers and stuff, it tends to match out all right. And I just blend it, as I said, with 2 pumps of a serum or a moisturizer, and that really helps to sheer it out so that you still get a lot of coverage, because like that Kat Von D stuff is very, very full coverage, but it kind of makes it so that it's not so noticeable that the undertone isn't right. Wow, my camera's really just being weird today and it's doing what the Apple cameras usually do, which is make me look paler than I am. I wonder if it's just because it's like super white and icy outside. Since I don't have the greatest lighting in my room, I do depend on daylight, so winter we get some interesting lighting in Canada. It's very white. But I think, as I said, I'm going to go with a very, very simple look today because I don't have a lot of time. And I'm at 6 minutes and my face is like, the foundation part anyway is done. So that's definitely an improvement for me. Because while I do this all very quickly on my own, I do it extremely slowly when I do it in front of a camera. Which I don't understand and I need to figure out. Because when I'm by myself, I will do my entire makeup routine and like, I mean, I can include lashes in that, the whole shebang. It will all be done in 20 minutes because I have this thing my friends laugh at me for, especially my friends who wear a lot of makeup too, that if I can't finish my whole routine in 20 minutes, I'm not doing it because it's not where I want to spend my time. And they all laugh because they're like, but you do such really like great makeup. Like, why are you so angry about it? And it's like, well, I don't know. I think it's because beauty makeup's not really my favorite thing. Like, I like doing weddings every now and again. Not all weddings, because let's be real, not all brides are the greatest to work with. But I do like doing things like that sometimes. But my favorite thing to do is like special effects makeup or creative makeup. I love doing body painting and just, you know, more different. I think it's because like I paint in real life as well, and that was kind of like more of my first passion, that, you know, getting into makeup. I've always worn makeup and I've always loved playing with makeup. I grew up as a dancer, but again, like I wasn't wearing everyday makeup, I was wearing stage makeup. So I grew up with makeup that was different. So normal, basic, just accentuating your best features makeup I honestly find quite boring. But at the same time, feel like I can't leave the house if I don't have it on. So, I don't know. I guess society has affected me to a certain degree. Always got to get under those chins. Gotta get under those chins. Gotta try and slim out that face a little bit. And then I do what everyone says is the worst thing ever to do, which is use a big bronzer brush to contour your nose. And you know what? I don't care. But also it does kind of work, really enough. Like, you wouldn't expect it to because I am using such a big brush, but it does. It doesn't leave weird lines anywhere. I think because it is such a big brush and I don't add any new product when I'm doing it, I just use whatever's left and I just do a little like side. I get like a nice little bit of definition. Okay, I got a little bit right here. That doesn't usually happen. But again, I don't care. And I think that's what it comes down to, is the fussier you are, the more you're going to notice all the little things. You're like, oh, there's this, there's that. I don't care. As long as my face is basically sculpted. I do care about my highlight. Don't mess with me in my highlight. And I don't care that I wear a highlight that is extremely neon and that can be seen from all over the place. I also don't care that I wear too much blush, because I love blush. And to me, makeup is all about self-expression. It always has been from the time that I was young. And though it does look funny on camera, because the camera's making me look a little bit paler than I am, so it is making me look a little clownish. I don't look that clownish in person, I promise. But yeah, makeup is self-expression. Wear it however you like to wear it, and if you want to wear too much blush, then wear too much blush. I ain't gonna stop you. I'm going to say go for it. Why not? Have your fun. And today I'm going to wear the Ciate highlighter. I really have to get a Z palette. This whole pulling out little individual shades drives me absolutely nuts. And I really love this highlighter, so I would really like to have it in a palette that I could have easier access to because it is blinding. I do really like that blue galactic one that I got as well from my Ipsy, but this is just, I love this. And it's pink, which is weird because I usually kind of hate pink highlighters. I feel like if I don't sit close to the camera, my whole face turns really white. I'm sorry for the constant weird flashing that's going on. We all know how terrible I am at editing, so I can say that I'll try and fix it, but realistically, that's probably not going to happen. Alright. Look at that. But I actually like this today because it's glowy, but because I did go a little bit more heavy-handed with the blush, it has a little bit of redness, so I actually think that'll work out better because, again, I live in Canada. I live where everything is cold and icy. If I were to flip this camera around right now, you would just see, like, empty trees and white coldness everywhere. It does not look like a pretty day outside today. I'm going to spray my face with a little bit of the Pixie Rose Glow Mist. Just because I like to set my face before I do all of my shadow and stuff. I do go a little heavy-handed with that. But I do love it so much. It's so nice. I have been continuously trying this whole Ace Beauty thing that I got on my BoxyCharm, so I think I'll probably try and do a few more colors from that again today, just because why not? I think today I'm wearing blue. I don't got a lot of brights on. I'll try and go neutral. I'll probably stick with the 3 up here and then the 2 over here because this looks pretty neutral there, but it is like super, there we go. When I move a little bit, you can see it's a little bit more very peach and very bright. So I am going to try and avoid these super bright colors today and stick just with more of like the warm brownie tones. So yeah, this is a nice transition. I'm using patchouli just as a little transition color. Very nice, very easy, very simple, very pretty. I'm bring it up a little bit higher because, as we all know, I like to go very high with my transition, and then I like to go kind of like a mid-height with my concealer. No, with my crease color, because I do have those very downcast eyes, and then I also have very hooded eyes as well. So between the two, if I keep my makeup just on my lower lid, I will look angry and like I have the smallest eyes you've ever seen, and like I have all this extra lid space. It's not pretty. Nobody wants to see that, really. So then I'm gonna dump into Cinnamon, which is the matte, kind of more medium brown shade. I'm just using the exact same brush, which is a Glamour Dolls brush. There is no name or number on it. It's just Glamour Dolls. I love this brush. I'm pretty sure I got it in one of my Ipsies. It's where I honestly get most of my shadow brushes from, and some of my face brushes, if I'm being honest. And I've always been happy. I don't think I've ever gotten a brush in my Ipsy that I haven't liked, if not absolutely loved. So that is one, that's I think the main reason, honestly, why I have kept that monthly subscription going, because every month I'm like, all right, I'm gonna cancel my Ipsy. Ever since I got the BoxyCharm, because to be quite frank, BoxyCharm is way better. You do pay more in Canada for both though. So in Canada, Ipsy is $21 and BoxyCharm is $34. but with BoxyCharm, you get full size of everything. And with Ipsy, you get samples. So for $15 more, you're getting 5 full size as opposed to 5 samples. That's a huge difference. But you do get brushes with Ipsy. And I have noticed, interestingly enough, that ever since I got the BoxyCharm, suddenly my Ipsy every month has been getting better and better and better. So it's like, well, I want to cancel you, but then I find out that I'm getting cool stuff that I've never gotten before. So I don't know if like maybe they've had a lot of people be like, hey, I'm canceling, reason, you know, you guys like kind of suck. You only give out samples, you don't give out good stuff, because I'm not, as I said, I'm not getting like things in cases. I am getting like just little things, but it is the full product. It's just not in a box. And I'm getting brushes every single month, whereas before it was like, oh, I got a brush this month, you know, like that's lucky, that's special, that's awesome. Whereas now it's like every month you get a brush. So it's I don't know, maybe when I've gotten as enough brushes that I feel like I have a full collection, then I'll actually cancel it. Then I won't need anything. They did also give me Shape Tape last month, and yes, that was a mini, but I have been wanting to try that concealer for years, and as I said, that is not something that we Canadians can get our hands on very easily, so I was actually quite happy to be able to try that. And anyway, so yeah, so this was my transition, this was my crease. I'm going to pop into a little bit of Primrose and a little bit of Myrtle, and then I'm going to use Jasmine for my highlight. And actually I'm going to use Myrtle first, which is the slightly darker brownier one, just to add a little bit of shimmer to the outer part of my lid. I did this the other day and it was very natural and very pretty, and I liked it a lot, and I need to stop hiding my face from the camera with that. So yeah, I just use a little bit of that just on the outer part of my lid, and then I literally take the same brush and just flip it over, flip it into Primrose, and then put that on the inner part of my upper lid, and I just blend it out so that the two kind of meet in the middle, but it's nice and blended, so it doesn't have that, you know, weird look, which is why I think I don't do cut creases, because I don't like when things have like a sudden stop to them. I do like that kind of almost overly blended look all the time. And well, I shouldn't say I don't do cut creases, I do. I don't particularly like them on myself though, so if you do want to see one, that's fine. Just leave a comment. I will do a look with a cut crease. But actually that goes quite a lot more to do with, or that has quite a lot more to do with the fact that I do have downcast hooded eyes. And I think the person whose eyes are probably the closest to mine that I've seen on YouTube is probably Alyssa Ashley. And if you'll notice, she doesn't really do cut creases either, because it just doesn't suit having like all this lid space and like that little bit there. You're not really gonna see the cut crease anyway. I had a friend do one on me, and like it was okay. Like, she's a good artist, which is why it looked, I think, even all right. But again, I wouldn't go further than saying all right, because you couldn't even see all of the detail that she did. And she did such beautiful detail. And when I closed my eyes, it was like, wow, that's stunning. She did this beautiful work. But then I would open them, and because I have no lid space, it was like, all right, gone. You were just kind of seeing a little flick at the end. It just, to me, it wasn't worth it. And you know, she put all this work in, and to me, she put in all the work without the payoff. And I don't like when people do that. So I don't bother with cut creases. I don't really do the blown out under eye thing. I do go under my eye, but as I've said many, many times, I do keep it quite close. And I keep it quite close because I have very downcast eyes. And if I don't do that, I will look, again, well, not angry. I'll look very sad. I'll look gloomy. I'll be like, oh, I'm crying all day. No, I haven't. I just have eyes that make me look that way. I'm just wearing a simple gloss today. It's just a MAC lip gloss with a kind of slight pink tone to it, which I would never buy myself, but it was given to me, and I always make use of gifts, and today is a day when I don't feel like going crazy with like lipstick or anything, just because I have a lot to do. I have to go to the doctor right now, and then I gotta see my caseworker, and then I gotta help a friend move. It's not a day when I want to worry about my lipstick possibly moving about. So I just wanted to throw that on. And I'm gonna do my liner like always, just my usual Kat Von D Trooper, because I still don't know what's going on with my NYX Epic Ink liner. But until I do, I think I have two of these, didn't I put them there? But until I know what's going on with that, I'm gonna continue using my Trooper. It's always been my tried and true anyway, so it's actually been quite nice to go back to it. Sorry. It is a little bit hard to talk when you're doing a wing. Even if you're just doing a little baby wing, it is still hard to talk. You want to get it as straight as you absolutely can. And oh no, not quite blocking myself. Just a little bit. But I'm almost out of time here. So I'm just going to throw on my mascara. And then I'll just do my brows and whatnot off camera because it's not a big deal. I already have my lip gloss on. I'm not changing up my brows in any way. I'm going to be using the same NYX products. I'm going to be using the Auburn liner and then the brunette brow gel, which gives me those kind of auburn brows that I've been rocking ever since I've dyed my hair red. Except it does it way faster. And the gel, so. But the point is, I'm not changing up routine. I'm keeping it the same. But it'll do a lot to help actually with editing if I keep it under this time. So, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching and for just hanging out. I just kind of rambled a little bit about my makeup, a little bit about my day. Hope to see you again soon. I will definitely be back next week. And I'll have much better updates for you then, I promise. Alright, have a good day. Bye.